So there will be a public opinion poll for the whole of Hong Kong. This debate ends here. Head 53, 63, 70, 90, 95, 156, 173, and 190. Now we move on to joint debate session 6. We now proceed to the sixth joint debate, population, youth, arts and culture, sports, manpower, education. The areas covered at population, youth, education, manpower, sports and culture, and sports. A number of members have given notice to move 228 amendments to reduce the estimate under 8 heads 53, 63, 70, 90, 95, 156, 173, and 190. It has to do with this, the amendments have to do with these programs.
Please refer to Annex 1E, item 247. Mr. Ray Chan. Thank you. I move that the amendment in item 247 in Annex 1E to reduce under head 53 under subhead 000 a reduction of $1.507102 billion, and I reduce it to 1,000. There are altogether 228 amendments under this joint debate by 6 members. Apart from me, Mr. Albert Chan, and Mr. Leung Kwok Kong, we also have Mr. Raymond Chan, Helena Wong, and Mr. Wu Chi-wai. I have moved to 23 amendments covering the HAB 8, HAD 7, Immigration 1, Labor 4, Education 3. So I will first speak on the amendments related to the HAB, the Home Affairs Bureau. There are altogether 58 amendments in relation to the HAB. I would like to first talk about 259 and 260, moved by Mr. Leung Kwok Kong and me myself. They are practically the same. It's a reduction under head 53 under subhead 000 by $76.6 million, which is the annual budgeted expenditure of the Youth Square under the HAB. In relation to the budget cut of the Youth Square, I have to give you some background information. During the time of the Chi-chuen governance, $800 million was spent in the construction of the Youth Square in Chi-chuen. It's rather remote. It's still accessible by MTR, but the general impression of the public is that it's still quite remote, so it's difficult to attract youngsters from other districts, especially those from the new territories, to use this Youth Square. As a result, it has sustained loss all this time, and the rental has to be cut by offering 50 to 70% discounts. The venue was rented or leased to the Hong Kong APA, the Hong Kong Arts and Academy of Performing Arts, so that the utilization rate will be higher. However, it is still a deviation of the objective of the construction of the Youth Square, that is, the promotion of youth development, and it cannot sustain itself. In 2010, the Youth Square was commissioned. It occupies an area of 40,000 square meters, made up of a few wings and the main body. However, the utilization rate has been low, 34% only. Only half of the activities conducted there are related to youths. For the rest, the themes are so diversified that it's lost. There are some elderly health seminars, building management press conference, How is it a promotion of youth development? Is it because they will all age and become elderly people? When it comes to shop and office rental, only 11% of them are leased to non-profit making youth groups. A couple of years ago, the Audit Commission heavily criticized this. The Audit Commission pointed out that with the commissioning of the youth square, for the first 2 years, there was a loss of $42 million and $33.2 million, respectively. Yes, it is run and funded by the administration, so they don't solely aim at making a profit or cost effectiveness. If it's profitable, of course, a lot of companies in the private sector will scramble to get a share. But there is a limit to the loss. There should be, at least. At the time when the Youth Square was planned, it was estimated that every year there will be a loss of $5 million. However, in the end, for the first year, there was a loss of $49 million. For the second one, $33.2 million. 700 and 500 times more than the original estimate. The main reason was that the management fees paid to New World Property Management for managing the facilities, it has seen a hike to it has seen a huge increase. That's why the Audit Commission said that there is no clearly seen theme to attract youth groups to organize youth activities there. And at the same time, youth groups cannot afford the rental of the rooms at the hostel. The hostel now serves tourists. It fails to serve the target group. Because the Youth Square is bleeding the HAB dry, the HAB proposes some mitigating programs. Say, for example, for the Y Theatre, they offered 70% off for the rental. And now, utilization is still low and rental is low. And last year, there was an experience session of the youth group to attract youngsters and youth groups to try it. But it's not a new venue. Sometimes for a new floor, they will offer maybe free experience sessions for maybe 3 months to attract people. But now they offer free sessions to attract youngsters. What happens? Over a period of 4 months, only 30 users used the venue. In the end, the Bureau said that the income target has to be adjusted to recover 50% of the cost, with the remaining amount funded by public money. Every year, $30 million will be spent to sustain the Youth Square. With an ultra-low rental, the Youth Square is not completely empty. Maybe half of it is empty now. The audit report criticized the extremely low utilization and the poor management. The management company has been inviting various companies and groups, including tutorial schools and NGOs, to use the venue. As long as you want to use it, It doesn't really matter how you use it or what it's for. So the policy or the objective to promote youth development exists in name only. Well, in the end, over 30 shops have been leased out. Last Saturday, there was a rental dispute at the Youth Square. For some shop operators, the lease will expire at the end of next month, and the property company found that the rent expansion for NGO has been increased from 50% to 70%. The management company found, and there was also a priority for these operators to renew their leases. And a tutorial school operator criticized the management company to use them to boost footfall and then ditch them. Previously, they wanted everyone there, and now there are more NGOs using the venue, even though it's with a discount of 50 to 70% of rent. The operators who settled there, says the tutorial school, they will be kicked out. They said that 2 years ago, the management company gave them a verbal undertaking that existing operators will have priority when it comes to renewal as long as you pay your rent and you don't breach any rules. You will have priority when it comes to lease renewal. The tutorial school operator said that had it not been what they've said, they would not have moved in and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to set up shop and advertise. So they think that the property management company deluded them, and now with more footfall, they will be chased away. Parents don't want their students to be displaced. So the parents ask the management company to renew the lease for the tutorial school. It's just like that Top Kid kindergarten in Tin Shui Wai. The New World Property Management now said that there is this objective of Youth Square, which is to develop activities for youth groups, for youngsters. So NGOs and youth groups will have priority, and they will also have priority to enjoy the rental discount. According to the terms of the lease, tutorial schools and the like don't have priority. So the shops will be for tender, and the proposals will have to be vetted by the vetting panel. Don't you think it's outrageous? The HAB said that the management of the Youth Square is the responsibility of the management company and not the HAB. So don't look for Zhang Tak-sing. Look for the New World Management Facility Management Company.
And the management company says the leases will be managed according to established rules. So they are not afraid of being accused of repetitions like what I am facing here. All right, so they want to kick out those small operators who came to the rescue of the management company when the time was not favorable to Youth Square. Well, but Youth Square was built to promote youth development. And there are certain objectives. Well, to foster the sense of belonging among young people, to provide venue for youth development and training, to provide guidance and support to NGOs engaged in youth development. So these objectives were set for the purpose of seeking funding. Well, I believe that they came here to get $800 million. But when business is poor, they can change everything as long as the talents are willing to come in. And then when it's necessary to invoke the rules, they would just try to explain why they want to evict those tenants. So how come? There's no reason why we should not cut the expenditure. The meeting is adjourned until 9 a.m. tomorrow.